Uh, the committee on parole is reconvening. It's 126. Would the offender please introduce himself and give his DOC number? You muted, Warden.
Sorry about that, Mr. Rozier.
No problem.
Matthew Stevens, DOC 388382.
Good afternoon, Mr. Stevens. Nice seeing you again.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
I was on your last panel, right?
Yeah, October of 20.
Yeah. My name's Alvin Roche. To my left is Ms. Pearl Wise, and to my right is Mr. Pete Freeman. I want to explain the process to you again. You've been through the process. I'm going to read some information and verify it for the record. Then we'll give Warden a chance to make comments or remarks. And then we'll give your father, Mr. Jack Stevens, a chance to make his statement. And at the very end, we'll give you a brief period where you can make a statement on your behalf. You understand the process?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Stevens, you are currently, what, 46 years old?
46, yes, sir.
And you're a third felony offender. And your offenses are possession with intent to distribute meth, and you were sentenced in Caddo Parish on March 5th, 2012. You were billed as an habitual offender, and you got 50-year sentence.
Yes, sir.
On the same date, March 5th, 2012, you were billed as an habitual offender in Caddo for possession with the intent to distribute methazone, and you received a 5-year sentence. Same date, March 5th, 2012, billed as an habitual offender, possession with the intent to distribute alprazolam, and you received a 5-year sentence. All of those sentences are running concurrently, so your total sentence is 50 years. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Your parole date was October 15th, 2020. Your adjusted good time date is April 20th, 2057, and your full term date, April 15th, 2058. Are all those dates correct?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Stevens, the last time I saw you, I gave you an opportunity to get some substance abuse treatment, which you really needed, and gave you a break because you had a full-term date of 2058. So that was 2 years ago, and well, actually 3 years ago. So yet you were backing up 38 years on your sentence. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And I gave you a chance. And on June 7th, the following year, 2021, I get a rescind form asking me to rescind your supervision and your release. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So tell me exactly, why did I get a form to rescind the decision I made 8 months before?
I had, start from the beginning, I had, 10 days left in the class. I'm sure you already knew. I completed the program already and was told not even to go back to the class anymore. They had some guys that had like a week left before they did their 12 steps. So I was told to stay in the dorm, not even to come back to the class anymore. I had 10 days left to graduate. A guy from the work release dorm, which wasn't even around our unit, got caught coming in with a package of contraband. I did buy cigarettes from the guy occasionally. I did do that. I bought a carton of cigarettes from him a couple of times. I'll admit that. Everything else in that package that he got caught with, I had no idea about anything. He worked
Okay,
on the street. He
okay,
worked at
okay,
work.
okay, Mr. Stevens. Let me read the description on the disciplinary on the above date, which is June 8th, 2021, approximate time, which was 12 noon. Captain William Wise was investigating the introduction of contraband into the facility. During the investigation, several offenders were interviewed. Upon conclusion of the interviews and reviewing all evidence, it was concluded that DOC offender Matthew Stevens, DOC number 388382, and John Train were the intended recipients of the contraband that was found in DOC offenders Joseph Gaucher, DOC number 424-729. He was coming in from work release, as you say. The contraband included a half bag full of leafy substance believed to be synthetic marijuana, mojo, 7 cell phones, approximately 3 cartons of cigarettes, approximately 30 Suboxone strips, 2 pocket knives, and various other unauthorized items. Offender Stevens was written up for violation 30H. You pled not guilty, but the evidence was overwhelming and they found you guilty, and they imposed a loss of good time. Is that correct?
Oh, so they didn't take any good time from me. They took me out of the program and sent me back here. That's all.
Okay, so they removed you from the class. Okay, I see it. Okay. So you never graduated?
No, I had 10 days left, as I was saying, till graduation. I was completed.
Yes or no? Did you ever graduate?
No, sir, I didn't go to graduation. I had 10 days left in the program.
Therefore, you never completed the program.
I did complete it. I just didn't go to graduation yet. We were waiting to finish the graduation.
Okay.
Had it.
Semantics. Okay. I understand. So tell me about the programs that you completed since you were sent back to the state facility.
At Raymond Labor,
Yes.
I did Inside Out Dads, and I'm currently have 1 week left in Cage Raid. Graduate next week in Cage Raid.
And there's a note on the vote sheet says if offender does not complete the program, automatically denied. And as far as I'm concerned, you hadn't completed the program because you were removed before graduation. Tell me about your disciplinary issues since that disciplinary write-up.
I haven't had any, sir.
You have a very poor supervision history. You have absconded supervision in 201. You were revoked in 205, and you were revoked in 207. So why can't you follow rules and regulations when you're on supervision?
Just honestly, I had a problem with drugs and addiction. It's always been my problem out there, really.
And you saw fit to do business with an inmate that had cigarettes, knives, cell phones, and drugs.
I was what with the inmate? I'm sorry.
You saw fit to do business with an inmate that had drugs, pocket knives, cell phones, Suboxone strips, and you want to do business with that inmate.
I mean, I don't know his whole history of what he was bringing in. I know what I dealt with him on. I had no idea what he was going to get caught with when he came in to the Sally Port that day.
So you've dealt with this offender before.
Yes, sir. I have.
Why are you in a drug program to try to solve your problems with illegal drugs?
Yes, sir.
My records show that you're currently enrolled in anger management and Inside Out Dad. Have you completed those?
I've completed Inside Out Dads. I have 1 week left in anger management.
So tell me what your current job assignment is.
I'm general maintenance and Cajun 3. I power wash the showers. The days they don't GI, I power wash the showers.
Tell me your transition plan. If you release today, where will you work and where will you live?
I wouldn't be going straight home, sir. I have the detainer. I have the federal detainer on possession
You have
of
a federal
firearm
detainer?
charge.
You have a federal detainer?
Yes, sir. The same thing last time I had. Still there.
Okay, and what was that detainer for?
Possession of a firearm by convicted felon.
And how much time are you backing up?
They gave me 63 months, 5 years, 3 months, and a lot of it, from what my attorney said, was counted from the 4 years I did at the parish. I was under primary federal custody with a green band at the time, so I don't know what's counted and what's not. I don't know what's left on my sentence, really, but I have a detainer on me now for it, though.
So basically, you probably gonna get some jail credit when you were in federal custody.
Yes, sir. I definitely will from the time I was at the parish, for sure.
Fort Myers, what's a 30C? What's a 30C?
Conspiring, that's normally conspiring to smuggle in drugs, tobacco, anything of that nature. It's serious.
And I see 3 30Cs on his record, 1 in 2016, 1 in 2018, and 1 in 2019. And this involves drugs.
Yes, sir.
One in 2021 involved with drugs. Ward Meyer, do you have any comments or remarks?
I mean, with Roche on this young man, I mean, it's obvious. Serious drug problem, serious issues with that, he washed out of Concordia. I'd like to see maybe one day Steve Hall program, maybe that one would suit him a little better. So this is, you know, we're giving him the tools he needs. He's not accepting and doing the things that he should with them. And until he changes his mind, until he decides that for himself, you don't hear me say that a lot, but you don't have to do that.
No, we don't, Ward. Thank you, Ward. Would Mr. Jack Stevens open your mic, give us your full name and your relationship to the offender? He's still.
Can you hear me now? Can you
Yes,
hear me
sir.
now? Okay,
Yes, sir.
my name's Jack Stevens. I'm Matthew's father.
Yes. You'd like to make a statement?
Yes, sir. Matt was given a sentence that would break a lesser man, but he's endured it. He's older now, of course, and much more mature than he was when he came in there. He recognizes his weaknesses now, which he didn't before. He has a stable home to come on to, lots of family to support him. And I think he's ready to put all this behind him and live a good, productive life. I know he can do that, and I think he will. And I hope you'll see fit to give him the chance. And that's all I have to say.
Thank you, Mr. Stevens. We appreciate you being here today. Mr. Matthew Stevens, would you like to give us a closing statement?
I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to come back in front of you today. I know that I've made mistakes in the past, and I know a lot of these things seem a lot more serious than they were, but I seriously had nothing to do. I've never had a knife since I've been doing time. I've never tried to get a knife in jail for a lot of those things. 7 cell phones. I had 10 days left before I leave that program. I could do absolutely nothing with any of that stuff. I wanted to smoke cigarettes every day, true enough, but I mean, that's what I did. But all the other things that guy was caught with, I could do nothing with it in 10 days. I leave that place in 10 days. Once I graduate, they call my detainer and I'm gone. I can do nothing with that stuff. And, I know it looks bad because my name was mixed up in it too, but I take responsibility for being a part of the circle that I shouldn't have been in. That's all I can say, and I apologize.
Thank you, Matthew. Matthew, I gave you an opportunity to get the substance abuse treatment that you need. You received a disciplinary write-up, a very serious write-up. At the very end of the program, you was dismissed and you didn't graduate. We had 3 other 30Cs that involved drugs. Based upon a disciplinary conduct that's unacceptable, express opposition from the entire legal community, the judge, the DA's office, the sheriff's office, chief of police, and you have a history of drugs that you have not dealt with yet, my vote is to deny your request. Mr. Freeman.
I concur for the same reason.
What?
Mr. Stevens, I was on your last panel and I joined in the recommendation to send you to Steve Hoare, so I am disappointed. But I do want you to hold your head up. You made a mistake, but all you can do is put one foot in front of the other and start walking in the right direction now. That's all you can do from this mistake. But I concur, my vote is denied too. I still see a need for long-term substance abuse treatment. You have moderate needs. And just best wishes to you, sir. Just keep looking forward. Keep your head up.
Thank you.
Mr. Stevens. May I give you some advice? Have a meeting with Warden Meyer. Follow his guidance. Take his recommendations. He has your best interest at heart. He knows exactly what you need. Follow his guidance, and maybe next time you have a different story. You have received 3 votes to deny your request. Your request has been denied.
All right, we are ready for Mr. Stevens.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Stevens, would you introduce yourself? Tell us your name and your DOC number.
Yes, I'm Matthew Stevens, DOC number 388382. Thank y'all for having me today.
All right. And let me acknowledge we have Mr. Terrence Wynn, I believe that is, with the PIPES program that wants to speak. We'll ask him to do so very shortly. First of all, let me just read some identifying information. Well, you know the process because this is a rehearing. This is not your first time. So, Mr. Stevens, you're classified as a 3rd felony offender. You're currently serving a 50-year sentence, possession with intent to as a habitual offender. Sentenced in Caddo Parish in March 2012, possession with intent to distribute methamphetamine, hydrocodone, and Xanax. You received 50 years on each of those running concurrently. Parole eligibility date was October of 2020, and your good time date is in 2057. Does all that sound correct to you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so since your last hearing, we may have changed the process a little bit. We want you to tell us a little bit about yourself and why do you believe you're a good candidate for parole?
I've taken some classes that I've changed my mindset, and I don't want to do drugs anymore. I don't want to harm people by selling them drugs. I used and sold drugs to a lot of people throughout my life. I've been an addict. I've been in and out of drug treatment classes and prisons for a long time, and drugs have been my downfall. And I've hurt my family, I've hurt others by selling drugs to them and using drugs with them. And I took the Living in Balance phase 1 and 2, and that class teaches you that there's no victimless crime. I always felt like for so long that I didn't have a victim, that I was on a drug charge, and, you know, I'm kind of looked at it like that, but after taking that class, you do realize that I had a lot of victims, maybe not a direct victim that I hurt physically, but mentally, I had a lot of victims that I sold to, and I did hurt their life in some type of way. And I feel sorry for it. I'm ashamed of the person that I was back then. I was 31 years old when I came to jail. I'm fixing to be 49 in October. And I know I'm not the same person that I was back then. I've been out of my kids' life for going on 18 years. And they were 14 and 12 when I got arrested. They're now 31 and 29. And I got 3 grandkids now that I haven't been in their life. So I know that I've changed my mindset, and I'm not ever going to use drugs again. I'm definitely not going to sell drugs again. I just feel like I need an ongoing rehabilitation in my life at all times. I know I'm an addict and always will be an addict, but even though I'm not currently using drugs, I know how it's happened in my life. You know, I've gotten sober and I said I wasn't going to do anything again, and stopped doing classes, and I got right back into it. And I understand that I'm going to have to stay in the classes, stay in the AANA, I have a sponsor out there now that is going to be around me all the time, and I can be able to talk to, you know, and also have Mr. Wynn with Pikes that I definitely am looking forward to working with, being that I've been doing the juvenile awareness program in here. And he pretty much does the same thing out there. And speaking of troubled youth and just giving them our testimony and telling them, you know, what we've been through in life, and helping the kids understand that there's a lot of kids out there that are using drugs or selling drugs at a young age and not understanding that a drug charge is serious too. I got 50 years on it, and I want them to know my struggle and what I've been through and all the time that I've had to do on a drug charge. I've never been convicted of a violent offense. I don't hurt people physically. I hurt them by using drugs and selling drugs to them. That's how I've hurt people. And I want kids to understand that I regret those decisions. And I've lost my time with my family, my children, and not been able to be there when my grandchildren were born. I haven't even seen them in person, and it hurts. And I just want to help somebody else not have to go through what I've gone through almost 18 years, you know.
All right. So Warden, what can you tell us about Mr. Stevens?
Well, noting on record here, according to his master prison record, he does have a detainer, which is a federal detainer. But outside of that, I definitely believe we need some long-term substance abuse treatment, maybe a CR program. Just on it up to we admit it to itself. We have some serious issues when it comes down to drugs.
Mr. Stevens, what's the federal detainer?
It's a convicted felon with a firearm. The same, when I caught this charge, the Bureau of Prisons, they picked up the gun charge, and the state picked up the drug charge.
Okay. So do you owe some time on that?
Yes, ma'am. I got sentenced to 63 months, which is 5 years, 3 months. And I've been sentenced already. I got sentenced before I even was sentenced on the state charge. I was sentenced on my federal charge.
Okay. All right. Good. Thank you. Let's hear from Mr. Wynn. Terrence Wynn, please.
Good afternoon, and thank y'all for this opportunity. Matthew, he completed the first step to recovery by admitting that he had a problem. And any person that has a drug problem has to have support. Anybody coming out the prison system has to have support to succeed, because you won't succeed without support. Our organization is going to give Matt the support he needs to succeed. We're going to open up the arenas for him to speak to kids, help him with employment. And we're going to always be the always be there to support him so that he don't never return back to his old habits, because you got to have the support not to do that. Because if you don't have support, you're going to start feeling sorry for yourself. You're going to start looking for things to make you want to go back to that old lifestyle. And coming from the system and understanding all of these downfalls, we're prepared to just make things as comfortable as possible for him. And because we know that he needs it, and we know that he has a good heart, a change of heart. He's become a different man by being in prison and understanding that the victim of his crime was mostly him. It was society, but he victimized himself also by using drugs, by selling drugs. To support a habit, he had to sell drugs. And we understand all of the mechanisms that goes along with that, because we have firsthand knowledge on these things, so that we can always give him the support he needs so that he can be a success, and so that he can stop, even if it's just one kid, his voice could stop him, because he has the experience to reach out to a kid that's going through the same thing that he's going through, so he can stop that kid from coming to prison for 50 years. But our main thing is to make sure that he never returns to prison or return to the lifestyle he once lived. And that's what we're offering him. So thank y'all for this opportunity.
Sir, Mr. Stevens, your case was assigned to Mrs. Ledoux. Would you answer her question?
Mr. Stevens, reviewing your criminal history, there's a lot. There's a lot. Let's see. One of the things that in 1995, illegal carrying of a weapon, and that was a federal charge, and they were rejected. Let's see. But then you went, 1995, pled guilty in U.S. District Court, 37 months in federal prison, 3 years supervised release. So this 1995 charge for illegal carrying of weapons, the federal charge, that predates what you are facing already, huh?
Yes, ma'am. That was my first conviction ever. I was 18 years old when I got arrested on that charge. I was 19 when I got sentenced. I pled guilty to illegal possession of an unregistered firearm and got sentenced to 37 months in the federal prison. And
Isn't enough to wake you up? I mean,
I understand what you mean, ma'am.
sometimes I wish people got longer sentences the first time. Well, you got a federal charge and spent, in federal prison. And that just kind of surprised me. I wanted to explore that. How many children do you have?
2,
Do you have any contact with your children?
my son,
Okay. Where would you live if you were paroled?
in Dubberly, Louisiana, on the other side of Minden.
Okay. I'm vaguely familiar where that is, and that is where you were residing, where you got picked up in Caddo, right?
I was living in Shreveport.
You were in Caddo. In the same vicinity.
2 parishes over from Shreveport.
Mhm. How many years have you served on your 50-year sentence?
17 years and 4 months, I think now.
So the last time you were heard was 2023. And it was because you had some behavior issues at that time, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You were removed from SHI-SAP after
Yes.
being to go there.
Yes, ma'am.
What I'm seeing is a pattern of non-compliance. And I'm not certain I see that pattern has been broken yet. I don't have any other questions.
Mr. Bonner?
No questions.
And I don't have any questions either. I do agree with the warden. He has suggested, you know, maybe give you another shot at the Steve Boyle program. How do you feel about that?
I feel like I need that. Yes, ma'am. I do. I've hit rock bottom. I
Yeah.
have
Why
this
were you
time.
removed before? Why were you taken out of it?
Our set program,
Yeah.
I got a write-up.
For what?
He and two other individuals got a write-up. A guy from work release got caught with some contraband, and he said we were the recipients of the package, which I did have things inside that package. And I just
What was contraband?
on the write-up it stated there was cell phones, Suboxone strips, green leafy substance, synthetic marijuana, and what else was in there?
Right. So it was the phone and drugs. And you're saying it wasn't your stuff? Is that what you're saying?
Not all of it. Yeah, some of it was. Yes, ma'am. There was three of
That's all.
us.
It's a simple answer. You were dancing around it. Cell
Yes, ma'am.
phone, contraband, drug. All right.
Okay.
We have no questions. You ready to vote, Mrs. Ledoux?
Mr. Stevens, I hope that you are afforded the opportunity to go back to the Steve Hoyle program. I am not going to condition, I'm not going to condition a grant upon that. My vote is to deny today. I believe you need to take the substance abuse program, and you do have some more time that you need to be serving.
Mr. Byron?
I vote to deny also for the same reason.
Yeah, Mr. Stevens, I think you got some more work to do. I think you finally are headed on the right track and you got some direction. But you do have some more work to do. We want to see you succeed when you get out. So hopefully the warden can recommend you for that program and we'll get you the treatment you need. And whenever you get some more treatment under your belt, reapply. We'll be glad to consider you again if there's time to do so.
Okay, thank y'all.
All right, good luck, man.